Hi, it's Bonnie. Welcome to Bonnie Life, where life happens, and boy, ooh, ah, oh, a hooty booty doody does it. it's happening. I am going to do my makeup while I talk to you about someone trying to break into my house a few days ago. In the middle of the wee hours before dawn. It's pretty scary. So, I don't know if it was one or multiple people, but I was just chilling out. Dennis had gone to work early. He left at 3 a.m. And shortly after he left, I hear a lot of clanging, and I'm watching YouTube videos, and I have it turned up. So I'm hearing this over it, and Toby like perks up. But Toby doesn't bark. And Toby only barks like when a door closes, a car door, but there were no car doors. Hang on, I gotta put some Visine in. My eyes are so red. So as most of you know, I have not been feeling well. So I was unable to sleep, and I was up and laying on the couch watching that, and I heard the noise, and Toby hears the noise, but he doesn't react. Like, he's just perked up. And I'm perked up too. So I mute the TV to see if it's just like something in the background of a YouTube video, because that happens. Like, oh, I got scared the other day watching this guy doing a voiceover, remodeling a RV, and he's doing the voiceover, and he apparently has a little kid with him when he's doing the voiceover, and you can hear the kid going, ah, ah. And I was like, what is that? I was thinking, oh my goodness, I got boogies in the house. So then I realized, I muted it, and I'm like, okay, it's not from in here, it's him. From now on, when you guys do voiceovers, you move the children. There's nothing scarier than the sound of a kid. That's like the worst scary movies when they play lullabies, you know. Don't like it. So anyway, I'm laying there, and I'm thinking, I must be hearing things. So I mute the TV, and I don't even know where I'm starting here. I'm going to go in with some foundation. I mute the TV, and it's still going on, and it sounds like bang, 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 bang. And it was very persistent, and I forgot a step. Sorry. I got to cover these red spots with some green. It's a Pop Fill HD green concealer, color corrector. So I'm like initially thinking I am totally imagining this. I have to be, right? It doesn't make any sense. I don't live in a area that's crime ridden, and break-ins just don't happen in my neighborhood. I'm pretty well known for being a scary person, believe it or not. So, what the heck? But it became obvious that someone was trying to get into my house from the basement. And then I heard it coming from the door from my deck into my pantry area of my kitchen. So I was like, holy cow, okay. And I get up and I holler for Toby, because I don't want Toby to cause a big ruckus. I'm trying to keep him calm. And I forget how to call 911. I like grab my cell phone, and I'm like, because I go through contacts to call everybody, you know, and I'm like, I have to manually dial. Where is my keyboard? I couldn't find it. Like, how do I dial a number? I need to dial 911. I'm such a hot mess, y'all, and I'm in such a brain fog all the time. Lord help me. So I finally figured out. I call 911, and I'm whispering, because I don't know. I don't want someone. I don't know if they're wanting to come get the house, or if somebody's wanting to get in to hurt me. I don't know which is which, or what the issue is. So I'm like, all of my senses, or my spidey senses, are going off. And the dispatcher answers, and I was sad at first because our old dispatcher was a really good friend of mine, and he passed away. And I'm used to him, you know, he knows me, he knew me really well. And it just calling 911 and hearing somebody else's voice was just, it was hard. It was a female. But she was nice. And I said, I'm whispering, and I said, someone's trying to break into my house. If you couldn't hear that, I said someone's trying to break into my house, but I whispered it like this. She's like, oh, my dear. She said, do you have a weapon? And I was like, of course I have a weapon. And then my mind was, my guns are in a safe. I cannot remember my combination. I have one that's, you know, a turn combo to get into most of my guns. And then I have one that I keep guns in random places, but they're all in safes. And one is a keypad, a finger keypad. And I can't remember anything. I went into a total brain fog. And I told her, I said, oh, yes, but I can't remember how to get into the safe. And I'm whispering all this to her, and she says, are they in one of the rooms? And I said, yeah. And she goes, okay, go to the room, lock yourself into the room where the guns are. And I said, okay. So I tiptoed real quietly because I think that they've already broken into my basement, and all they got to do is get up the stairs. And so I don't want them to know which direction of the house I'm headed to, so I'm trying to tiptoe with my very overweight body. So probably not very successfully into that room. And I get in there, and usually right in the room where I was, usually against the wall, is my dad's shotgun. My dad passed away, but we inherited the shotgun, and it's an old 1917 Winchester 12-gauge shotgun. And I know how to use it. I've been using it since I was a kid. It was my dad's, and it's what I learned on. It's gone. It's like, when did Dennis move the shotgun? And I'm telling her, I can't remember how to get into anything. And the shotgun's gone. And she's like, is someone upstairs in the house? Did someone take it? And I was like, I don't think so. And I'm looking on the wall, and then I see another on the, I'm not normally, this is like Dennis's man cave. I'm never in there. So I see that there's a rifle. And I've told y'all before, I don't know if some of you might be new, but I'm a certified marksman with long rifle and handguns. Very, very proficient and familiar. This one, I still don't have any clue what this gun is. Like, did Dennis leave me the only gun in the universe that I'm not familiar with or don't know how to load or shoot? I'm looking at it like, I thought it was a semi-auto 9mm rifle at first, and then I was like, no, there's no clip. How do you load this thing? What on earth? I don't have time to figure this out. Maybe if I just point it at him, it'll scare him enough. Or hopefully, even better yet, it's loaded, so I'm looking for the safety switch on it, and I had just thrown her down. I threw the phone down onto a chair, and I am whispering to her, you're on speakerphone. And I said, I can't find my 12-gauge, but I found a rifle, but I don't know how to use it. And she's like, that's okay, it's okay. And she's like, there's officers on the way. And I'm still hearing banging again. It came back again. And I was like, crap, they're coming up the stairs. So my heart is, you know, I always think I'm prepared for this kind of stuff. My heart is like, dun, 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 because although I can protect myself and I can shoot, I don't want to shoot somebody, and I don't want to be in a position to have somebody. It's scary, the thought that somebody's coming after you, you know, that's just, it's a scary, scary feeling. So I don't know how to use the rifle. I'm looking around for other weapons because I do have them, but my husband has made this his own personal space and has my personal weapons put in different places. I don't know where. I'm going to find out, but I'm just trying to get rid of some of this ick around my eyes. I'm just really tripping because I don't have any way to defend myself other than with my body, and my body's tired and old, and I've been sick, and I'm like, I've never felt so defenseless. I was like, I can't survive this. If someone's here to get me, I'm done. So she's still talking to me quietly. Thankfully, she's not one of those that have you ever been in that situation? You're like, hey, don't look, and they're like, what, who, why? And they're looking around. I was so afraid she was going to be like that, but she wasn't. She was whispering back through there. She's like, can you hear me, Bonnie? And I was like, yes, I can hear you. And my eyes are bothering me. So I got this rifle, which I think Dennis said it's some kind of a hunting rifle. I don't know. I don't hunt, and that's just not a rifle that I have ever used. Never seen it before, actually. So I don't know if it's rare or what. I don't even know. I didn't even ask what kind it was. I was just mad at it. Dennis came home and I was like, thank you. I could have been killed. I'm going to put some concealer on my eyes. So, she tells me the police are en route. So she's whispering, and she's telling me that the police are on their way, and she's trying to keep me calm, but it ain't working very well, because I was tired. I hadn't had any sleep. I felt terrible. I felt defenseless. I was mad because I didn't know where my weapons were, and I was mad that someone would dare be breaking in my house. And I went, I text Dennis real quick, and I said, someone's trying to break in the house. The police are on their way. My phone starts ringing. He's such a ding-dong. I'm on a call with 911. I'm sorry, he's not a ding-dong. I'm just frustrated. But I had just talked. I just sent him a text so he would know what was going on. Obviously, I texted him instead of calling him for a reason, right? I mean, that's understandable. So he's calling. He's making my phone ring. I'm like hitting that shut up button as fast as I can while I'm trying to deal with other stuff. And then he hangs up and tries to call my son, and has my son try to call me. I'm like, y'all are making so much noise. You're giving away where I'm at. I shouldn't even have texted him. But I get a knock at the door. And she doesn't tell me the police are here. So I'm like, oh, crap. They've come around, and now they're just going to knock and see if I'll just let them in? I don't think so. And it's dark, dark, dark outside. So I said, who is it? No response. Well, then I see someone come around to my patio door and shine a flashlight in my house. And I'm like, whoo, getting out of the way of that. It was the police. They were inspecting my deck. But, hello, identify yourself. So he came back. After I saw his uniform through the glass door, he came around to the front, and I let him in. And then Toby starts really freaking out, barking. And the guy says, oh, Toby, stop. You know me. And I was like, how does my dog know you? I felt like, is there a camera? Where's the camera? Come on, guys. Let's be real here. What's the real deal? I'm going to put something on my lips because I don't like to have them naked. So I'm trying to get them to recreate. They go around and they look at everything. They can't find anybody. But there are signs that someone was here. Which they don't see because it's dark. But we didn't find those till Dennis got home. So they're like, I don't know what to tell you. They went down in the basement. And everything he did, I'm like, that's not the sound. That's not the sound. Because he's trying to recreate what I heard. And I was like, no. I'm like, jiggle that door. And then I was like, that's it. That's what I was hearing. So they said it looked secure, and they probably scared him off. And not to worry about it. Lock my doors. Call him back if I heard anything else. Not much help. So, what else were they going to do? nobody had gotten in. And Dennis rings again. This time I answer. And I tell him I was mad. I'm like, how do I get to my guns? And he's like, do you want me to come home? I probably need to come home and check things out and get down, because there's a lot of places to hide in my basement. And he's like, I don't feel comfortable. And I said, it's fine. And our son was off work that day, so I said, just call him and tell him when he wakes up to come over and check it out when the sun's up. So that's what he did. And my son came over, and my son was like, oh, someone tried. So thank God they didn't get in. But also thank God the police were there fairly quick, because had they gotten in, I don't know if they would have had time. I don't know. They could have gotten to me. I just can't imagine anybody breaking into my house, because my house doesn't look like a place you would mess with. It just, there's nothing that it goes, oh, there's probably expensive stuff in that house. I have a little granny house. So I really felt like they're coming to hurt me. And so now I'm spending all my time walking around with, and I can keep it near me. So yeah, I'm traveling with that. And I do not have a holster. I don't want to carry some big 9mm or 38 holstered around with me in the house. So this little 22 is fine. It's a great deterrent. If you're a female looking for something, a 22, most people would not recommend it because it doesn't have much firepower, but it's a gun. Plus, for some reason, I feel like it's less lethal because it's a 9mm, and my desire is not to kill people, even if they are breaking into my house. I would rather do some possibly serious enough injury for me to be able to get away. I'm really not wanting to kill people and have that on my conscience for the rest of my life. So the 9mm inside my house seems perfect. I mean, the 22 seems perfectly reasonable. And it's not a hefty weapon. It's not going to do severe damage. It could kill somebody, but it's not as likely or as guaranteed as like a shotgun, just from close distance. So anyway, that's what I'm walking around with, and Dennis is trying to find me a holster for it, and he's like, what kind do you want? And I said, a thigh holster, because I'm usually laying down. He's like, you're going to look so stupid with a thigh holster and a 22. And he said, I don't even know if they make them. I said, well, I'll sew one. I'll make one myself. But I hate the idea of walking around, feeling, in my own house, walking around with a gun. I've done it before. I had a stalker in the past, and I had to go around armed everywhere I went, and I hated it. It was not something I wanted to do. I just had no choice. Okay, I need to concentrate for a second. So yeah, I seriously want a holster. I want a thigh holster so I can just lay on the couch, and if I need it, I can just pull it out. I don't want a hip. People don't realize a hip holster, you got to really jack that elbow up. Dennis has been off work. They got to be watching to know when he leaves, because he doesn't leave consistently at the same time all the time. He just happened to leave really early that day, and it's like they were waiting for him to leave. That's really scary, y'all. I was scared like a scary movie. I was not the Bonnie of my youth where I was so brave. I would have been back then, like, I'd have been looking for them. I'm going to take you out. The older you get, your courage just kind of slips away. Or life, your mortality hits deeper. Something happens. Something weirds out on you, and you just aren't who you used to be. I know that's happened to more than just me. Other people my age have talked about it too. You know, how they used to be so flippant about, you know, things like jumping out of planes and dangerous stuff, and now they're like, oh, I don't think so, I might break a hip, sprain an ankle, can't afford the doctor bill. We're just so reasonable to the point of being boring. But there was nothing boring about that night. And so yesterday I was feeling lousy. For those of you who don't know or who aren't on Instagram and didn't see, I had seen my my oncologist, and we reran my that D-dimer test that had us so concerned, and it was higher than it was before. So, and I'm out of breath, and I was out of breath there every time I tried to talk. They had me, you know, hooked up to one of those pulse oximeters with it on your finger. And I've been trying to talk to the doctor, and I'm running out of breath, and my stats are dropping. So she wanted to have a nurse follow me around in circles while I walked with this pulse oximeter on to see how my body reacted to it. And my lungs didn't like it. My lungs were kind of like, we want to lay back down. So yeah, my oxygen levels dropped, and she wanted to do another nuclear scan of my lungs to check again for a blood clot. But they were without power. This is the luck I've had lately. The storm had just hit, knocked out all the power. So this lady comes in. I'm waiting to go to get the scan. And this nurse comes in, and she kneels. I'm laying down because I'm wiped out. And she lays down, she sits down, crouches down next to the bed, and she's like, honey. And I'm like, she must be the person who tells everybody they're dying. Because she was just so, I was starting to get up, and she goes, it's okay, don't get up. I just need to tell you that the doctor wanted to get a scan because your levels are up on your blood work, and your oxygen levels are down. And I was like, yeah, that's what she just told me. So I thought she's going to like tell me, but the other blood work came in and you're not going to make it. The way she was talking, I totally expected something like that from her. I was like, oh, Lord, have mercy. This woman is going to tell me I'm dying. It's just her demeanor, but she's just happened to be a sweet, sweet lady. So, the problem was that there had been a storm, and all of the power was out to the hospital, and there was no radiology department. So they could not do the scan. So they told me to go to another hospital in another city. But that was like an hour and a half drive, and we got in the car, and out of the blue, I'm riding, Dennis is driving, massive panic attack. I was just like, oh, where did that come from? And I was like, Dennis, pull over, get off the road, I'm having a panic attack. And I'm trying to lay my seat back. I don't know how anything works because I'm not in vehicles hardly at all. I'm reaching beside me on the seat and behind. I just want to lay my seat back and lay down. My chest was hurting. So needless to say, I did not go get that test. This was Friday. I did not go get that test. And they called me back around 7 and said that their power was back up. So if I wanted to come back to the hospital to get the scan, I could get it done. But I was just like, I can't. I'm too tired. And I had already been asleep a few hours, and I slept until like midnight. And then at 2, I went back to sleep and slept until 10:30 this morning. So I do need to go get that scan because it's kind of scary that that happened. But I really don't want to live my life in fear. I really don't. So all these fearful things people trying to break in my house. The power's going out of the hospital. I think this lady's coming to tell me I'm dying. I have a panic attack in the truck. I wasn't having the best end of the week experience. So I feel safer now. I mean, I can't do anything about my medical stuff. We don't know. Oh, we don't think it's cancer anymore, so they don't. I don't know what the heck is going on. Still looking at the possibility of a clot, especially since my D-dimer is even higher now than it was before, and I'm so short of breath. But my doctor, that's the oncologist's opinion, my personal doctor is running a barrage of tests that I hadn't had yet. So I'm getting tested for, dear goodness, things I've already had. Mono, because apparently you can have a reactivation of mono. And my liver and my spleen are enlarged. There's definitely something wrong with me. My blood counts are off. My D-dimer's high. My spleen and liver is enlarged. We don't know what's going on. My oncologist said this is out of her expertise. She's passing it on. She's, convinced that beyond if I have a clot, cancer-wise, she doesn't think I have it. So that's wonderful. Or she says if I do, it has nothing to do with a blood-borne type of cancer. She's a hematology oncologist. So I trust her. I don't think it's cancer. But I don't know what it is. So my doctor is looking at all kinds of, these are also associated with D-dimers. So she's looking at my thyroid. She drew some blood work for my thyroid, but my oncologist looked at it and she said I just had my thyroid recently checked and it was normal. So I didn't know about that test. She's checking me for mono. I've had mono before, but apparently it can reactivate, so I'm getting rechecked for that. For lupus, for rheumatoid arthritis, and other autoimmune disorders and diseases. Gosh, I don't know. I had this huge list. Some not tick-borne, but mosquito-borne viruses, which was weird to me because nobody's ever looked for that before. So I don't know what that's about. Do we have those here? What am I going to have? Zika? I wouldn't be surprised. So, needless to say, I know nothing more than I knew before. I'm no more enlightened. I don't feel well. I will off and on. This is definitely something that comes and goes. I have moments of energy followed by extreme exhaustion, just kill me now kind of feelings. I have no idea. Flu-like symptoms. I keep getting fevers and chills and sleep for hours and hours and hours. Massive weight gain. Oh my gosh, when I stepped on the scales, I was blown out of my mind. I knew I had gained weight, but 60 pounds in such a short time. If any of you look back at my earlier videos and you see how thin I was, you can see the weight gain is. It is significant. It's significant, yes. So I have no clothes. I try to get dressed. I'm like, whoa, tugging left and right. No, my clothes don't want to go on. So I got an offer from Rose Gal to do another haul, a clothing haul, and I was like, yes, please, yes, I will take that. If you don't know already, I'll let you know now that my channel is not monetized. I make no ad revenue off of this channel. I do not want it to be monetized. So when I get the opportunity to review items that I need or that I think you guys, you know, that are in a really good price range and you guys would enjoy. Like the Sophie, I still just love the Sophie jewelry. I think I'll be working with them again too, hopefully. Because they're really affordable for the product. Or if it's just something I need really bad and I can't afford, of course I'm going to say yes. I'll take that. I'll take your deal for the free product, and I'll make a video about it. So yeah, that's all I get out of it. You know, other than the friendships I've developed with y'all, I don't make anything monetarily off of this. So this is just, that's the only thing that I get. So I turn a lot down, a lot. If you could see my emails, I turn a lot down, and there's some stuff I get that turns out to just be crap, and I tell them right away, send me a return label, because I'm not going to talk about this on my channel. I'm not showing anybody this. This is garbage. What am I missing, y'all? Blush? Thank you. This is it. After this little bit of pink to my cheeks, I'll be done. I did not tell you everything I was using because most of it is just drugstore stuff, but I'll do a quick rundown before I sign off. Whew, I'm out of breath. See, I don't like the red cheeks. This has a bronzer with it, so I'll try it underneath. Chisel it out. Let's try it under here too. Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to do. Hang on. Ooh. Ooh. That thing's got to go. Okay, so what I used today was CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless in Classic Ivory, which I'm almost out of. Look at that, y'all. Love that stuff. My lipstick is, I don't know, it's a berry lipstick. NYX Wonder Pencil in Nude. X-Lash mascara, my favorite at the moment. Pop Fill Concealer in Ivory, I believe. Pop Fill HD Concealer, Color Corrector in green. Or the red. Maybelline eyeshadow palette. My favorite one, I don't know what it's called. And I don't know, Colorworks blush and bronzer combo. And Equate eye drops. That's it. Oh, and Max eyebrow powders and the taupe in the middle. That's all I used. I'm safe. I'm going to be safe. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. I'll be back. This week will be I think I have a Vova haul I'll be doing. I'll try to throw in a product review like once a week. And maybe some recipe, or maybe just a vlog. It depends on what my doctor has to say. If I may take you along if I go get this scan, because we don't know what that's going to show. So take care, everybody. God bless. Remember always that all you have to do is take one breath at a time, get through one day. Try not to worry about yesterday, nothing you can do about it. Try not to worry about tomorrow, and just live in the moment and appreciate the people around you and the ones you love the most. And you guys are all people that I love very much. So God bless you all. Take care. I'll be back throughout the week. Sorry I skipped out last week. Love you. God bless. Mwah. Bye.